Whether you know it or not, this year marks 25 years since the song I Can Only Imagine by the Christian band Mercy Me ever got released on radio and became such a big hit. In 2018, we got a film uh, with that song's title focusing on the life of Bart Miller, the frontman of the band. And now, 8 years later, we get ourselves a sequel. As recently, I had just seen I Can Only Imagine 2, now playing in theaters. But is this new sequel anywhere as good as its predecessor? Or is this one not so imaginative? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a spoiler free review of the 2026 Christian biographical drama flick, I Can Only Imagine 2, released by Lionsgate, produced along with the Kingdom Story Company and others, directed by Andrew Irwin and Brent McCorkle, with screenplay by Brent McCorkle himself, based on the life story of Bart Millard, the frontman of the band Mercy Me, who is once again played by John Michael Finley, who is on board, is back again, along with several others, including Trace Adkins and Dennis Quaid. Yes, well, despite his characters only seeing a few flashbacks and in some different scenes going back into the past. Millards. The film just recently came to theaters back on February 20th of this year, and it's doing okay. While it may not do as big as its predecessor, but still, from what I've seen, it's good. Now, now I advise you to watch my review of its predecessor, I Can Only Imagine, from 2018 before going into this one. Okay. Now, of course, I will only give you a little bit of the story. Now, of course, the band's Mercy Me and their song I Can Only Imagine became the most played song in the history of Christian radio. Bart Millard, the band's lead singer, wins for Song of the Year at the 33rd GMA Dove Awards in 2002. He is married to his wife Shannon and have young children. But their young son Sam suffers a seizure and is diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. 10 years later, Bart closely monitors his son's blood sugar, and Sam resents his parents for nagging him as he teaches himself how to play the guitar. The band's manager, Scott Brickle, inf- informs the band that they have been unexpectedly promoted as the headliners, replacing Audio Adrenaline, who has pulled out. Scott selects Tim Timmons, a Christian musician, as the tour's opening act. Married to his wife Hillary, Tim marks his wrist with an X as a symbol of gratitude towards God. And he carries a hymn book as he aspires to write a song similar to It Is Well With My Soul. And Scott tells Bart to bring him on tour, and much to his surprise, Bart says Shannon agrees. As they tour, Bart struggles to write a new hit song, and Tim befriends Sam and encourages him to perform. Well, Tim's opening act fails to excite an audience at the first concert, but Scott tells him to inject more energy and personality to his act. In response, well, Tim selects Sam to play the guitar during his act, and well, it happened. Became such a big success. But anyway, that's all the story I'm going to give to you. So if you want to know the rest of the story, I advise you to go see the movie. Now, for my thoughts on I Can Only Imagine 2, I did kind of make a slight error when I did the out of theater reaction the other day. Now, I will say this is as good as its predecessor in ways. I must warn you though, you better bring your Kleenex or a hanky with you though, because this has some scenes that will provide great sadness or and what have you. But lots of other things as well. Now, I actually do appreciate what this film had to offer. I especially like the emotional depth coming in between Bart and his son Sam. I must admit that was really, really good. The film's reviews are mixed up to good. Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 63, which is unfortunately, I think, 5% less than its predecessor. Metacritic has a score of 43, but audiences, however, gave the film a rare A plus, just like its predecessor. And I couldn't have agreed more. I think this is absolutely good. I mean, seeing more of how Mercy Me came to be even more after the success of I Can Only Imagine. And then, of course, Bart bringing his son on tour just proved to be a real winner. And I think the story's absolutely really good. Also, we do get to hear some pretty good tunes, including the song Even If, which was released in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, which next to I Can Only Imagine was the band's second biggest selling hit after I Can Only Imagine. And actually, you during the credits, you actually get to hear a special song done by both Bart and Sam himself, as you will see some shots of the real life Millards and the other cast. Well, the other people, the real life Mercy Me and well, you get what I'm saying. I think it just proved to be awesome. Brent McCorkle, aside from co-directing and co-writing the and writing the screenplay, he also composes the film's score. Now, of course, one of the film's directors was Andrew Irwin, who of course is half of the Irwin brothers, along with his brother John. Now, of course, Andrew had recently did this film's predecessor. He also was producer on some recent films from Lionsgate and Kingdom Story, because that's the brothers' company, as a matter of fact. Of course, he had recently served as producer for Jesus Revolution and Ordinary Angels. Now, I have seen Ordinary Angels. I've yet to see Jesus Revolution, though. I've heard that's supposed to be a good film. He was recently the editor for the studio's last two attempts, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever and The Unbreakable Boy. Yes. So, anyway, he does an exceptionally good job with this. Andrew Irwin does. So I gotta give him credit for what he had to offer with his direction. Well, co-direction that is. For the cast, we have John Michael Finley back on board as Bart Miller, the front man of Mercy Me. And just like last time, he's absolutely very good in his performance. He gives a great performance. Now we have Milo Ventimiglia. No wait, Ventimiglia, excuse me, I apologize. Now, of course, he's been in numerous films and what have you, so I gotta give him credit for what he had to provide. He does an exceptionally very good job as Tim Timmons. Sophie Skelton plays Bart's wife Shannon, who of course was originally portrayed by Madeline Carroll in the previous film. Playing Tim's wife Hillary Timmons is Arielle Kebbel, who I thought looked familiar. I mostly would remember her from the underrated, teen flick Aquamarine. Trace Adkins is once again back as Scott Brickle, and I'm gonna say he's still good, just like before. Now, of course, even though we only see a few flashbacks, but a little more, well, new stuff that we did not see in the first film, we have Dennis Quaid back as Art Millard, Bart's late redeemed father. At this point, I do like those performances. We also have Mark Furs as Nathan Cochran, Mercy Me's bassist, Ezra Prock as Robbie Schaefer, percussionist of Mercy Me, taking on that role from Cole Marcus, who played him in the first film. Jason Berkey as Mike Schutzer, the guitarist of Mercy Me, and Aaron Benward as Barry Grull, Mercy Me's other guitarist. But I think the big surprise in this film is young Sammy Dell as Sam Miller, Bart and Shannon's first son. Now, Jagger Amor played the young Sam, but I must admit, Sammy Dell does a great job in playing Sam. He is amazing, and like I said already, the emotional depth between Sam and his dad Bart was absolutely very, very superb. But I will warn you, like I said already, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you will need to bring your hanky or some Kleenex with you should you go see this. Because believe me, you'll need it. Because it does have a few shocking and sad moments, and well, but still, nevertheless, it provides great emotional depth between Bart and his son, though, and I do appreciate for what it had to offer. So overall, I can only imagine too. It's just as good as its predecessor. Actually, I kind of like it as much as its predecessor. Well, actually, it's on the same level. The heck with it. It's on the same level as its predecessor, so I like it. So I'm getting all tongue tied here. I would recommend you go check this film out. You won't be disappointed with it. If you like the first one, you'll definitely love this one. But again, bring your Kleenex and hanky, okay, if you have that, okay? All right, now then I like again I should say the story's good, the cast is good, the characters, and the music and score, and of course the direction by Andrew Irwin, Brent McCorkle is absolutely really good. My score, I'm gonna give I Can Only Imagine 5 stars, which will mean on a scale of 1 to 10, of course, you guessed it, I give it a 10. So what did you think of I Can Only Imagine 2? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me next time when I bring to you my February 2026 first time watches ranking. So if you like this, check out my reviews for some of these other films from the Kingdom Story Company. Check out my review of Ordinary Angels in the upper left hand corner, and they're both spoiler free. The upper right hand corner is my spoiler free review for another film that Kingdom Story had done for Lionsgate, and that was Unsung Hero. Or if you would like someone from the other one of the other big Christian film companies, that being Sony's Affirm Films, check out my spoiler-free review of their recent film Soul on Fire from last year in 2025 in the bottom left-hand corner. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.